Good morning, everyone. Happy Saturday morning. It is a beautiful day here in the West Country. I think it's going to be in your late 20s, early 30s again today. Boo. Roll on the autumn when I can stick a hoodie on. How you all doing? I hope you're well. I hope you've had a good week. I apologise for the no shows all week. It's been hectic. Um, Not really through work, more because I've been living at my sister's for the week, looking after her cat, and it's a lot. So it is what it is. We are back now, back in normal surroundings, and we can do more live shows. And but listen, been putting videos out. They've been doing pretty well. So guys, keep supporting, keep hitting the like button, keep hitting the subscribe button. I am under 20 away now from 1.9. Is it? It's not good. And my We're gonna have another go, guys. We're gonna have another go. Sorry about that. Internet is being a bitch. Isn't it amazing? As soon as you sign up to a contract with somebody, your internet has been fine forever. Suddenly starts going all the time. This has been a thing that's been going on now for the last couple of months, and it drives me insane. And it's always when I want to do a video or when I want to go live. I was hoping after last night's escapade, when I was on the phone to them saying, "Listen, this isn't good enough," and they're like, "We're going to sort it." Hoping I'd wake up this morning, it was sorted. Thought it was, clearly isn't. Guys, how you doing? Let's see how far we get into this. If it goes again, I will end the stream, but hopefully we will get to continue at least for 45 minutes or so. How you doing, guys? As you come in, please do me the favor, smashing that like button, hitting the subscribe. Really would appreciate it. And apologies again for the stream being a twat. So listen, as far as Spurs go, not too much happening really as players coming in. Not too much happening with players coming in currently. It's one of them, right? We are waiting. I think we're probably waiting for a few players to leave before we get players coming in. As for players coming in, I'm sorry, leaving, it really does look like Bergvall is on his way out, doesn't it? Nottingham Forest already had a what, 36 million pound bid rejected. Apparently, here in Newcastle had a 46 million pound bid rejected as well. It seems like it's just a matter of time before Bergvall exits the door, and Newcastle or Villa. Which way is he going? Newcastle seem to be going down the younger route now. Obviously, they've sold a few players. Looks like they're trying to sign younger players now. Villa as well. They've just signed that young Swiss kid who looks very good in the World Cup. So both teams going for younger players. Who's going to get him? Who is going to get him? Newcastle or Villa? I don't know, but it almost certainly looks like Bergvall is on the way out. So with one gone, does this mean Sar's going as well? For me, Sar has to go too. He has been diabolical, absolutely diabolical the last couple of years. I'd be looking to sell Sar, but guys in the chat, as you come in and hit that like button, let me know who you want to see the back of. Obviously, big talk of Romero and Vicario as well. Both leaving, both need to leave, in my opinion. But who are your men to leave Tottenham? And yeah, who would you like to see brought in? Because, like I say, it's gone quiet. The creepy deal seems to have fallen flat on his ass, which I've got to be honest, I'm not overly disappointed about because I'm not sure about him. I'm not sure about him. He looks a decent player, but is he your man up there that's going to get you 20 goals a season? I'm not sure he is. Maybe in the future, but right now, 90 to 100 million pounds on a youngster who was unproven. Um, I don't know. It's a bit of a risk for me, but the striker market is quite bare, isn't it? So we will see what happens. I want somebody. What I don't want to see is go through the window, you know, improve everywhere in the squad, and then still have Richarlison and Solanke up front, because then what is the point? We might as well not have bothered. We might as well not have bothered. I would have rather us just not bothering and just saying, okay, we're going to finish near the bottom again. Because for me, it does nothing. It's like spending £2,000 on an Armani suit and then having a 3.99 Foster's or Primark tie. It's just a waste of time. But let's see what happens. Let's say hello to the chat before my internet goes down again. How you all doing this morning, guys? As I said, as you come in, please hit that like, hit that sub button as well, because I am ever so close to 1.9k, and I hope to get there. In fact, I'm gonna get there today. Hopefully. Thank you to one person who's just subbed. Really appreciate it. Logan, big up, mate. It said, morning, nice, mate. And big up to the chat. Hope everyone is well. We are indeed, I think, for myself. I'm loving life. The weather's beautiful. It's the weekend, and I'm going for coffee after this. So happy days. Tempest is in. Big up Tempest says, good morning. What a summer and we are having at the lane. Hope this is not a one-off and we keep building every year. Big up, guys. Big up Tempest, and 100%, mate. It is no good having a one good window, right? It's no good going out and blowing every team out of the window, water, and being like, okay, we spent the best part of £400 million. If the next two windows we spend absolutely fuck all. So we've got to keep spending. And hopefully after this window, if we spend around 400 million, hopefully next window, we won't need to spend 400 million, because we will have the basis of a good team. And then we can just pick and choose the odd position, right? We're going to go big there. We're going to go big there. And, do that like the big clubs do, right? You know, like those lot down the road, the ones we don't like very much, who are going out this season in the summer, champions already. They're going out, they're getting a solace, and they'll probably bring one more in, and that'll be it. They'll be done. Maybe a Morgan Rogers. That's what Spurs need to do. Get into that position. But it's going to take a window like this when we go out and blow everyone out of the water. But again, like I say, striker is so important. Razzle's in saying good morning, Nige, and all hope all as well. Big up to you, Razzle. Hope you're good, mate. George is in. Said morning, Nige, and chat. Good morning to you, George. I hope you're well. And Dingo Yid's in. Said morning, all. Morning, Dingo. I hope you're good. I hope you're good over there in Australia. I'm taking it you're in Australia. But at what time is it there? Must be getting on for what, 5, 6 o'clock in the evening? Don't know. That might be totally wrong. In fact, it probably is. Logan says going to hit 22 degrees max here today, so not bad at all. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Maybe it's going to be the same here. It just looks like it's going to be a hot day. It feels like every day has been like, oh, it's not going to be as hot tomorrow. And you look at your phone, you'll be out at work. You look at your phone, you'll be like 31, 31. It's 31. So I'm guessing it's going to be 31 today, but we will see. Hopefully, not that hot. Rodney says, morning, eyes. Come on, you Spurs. Morning to you, Rodney. I hope you are well. George says, stream down. It was for a minute. And Razzle saying, think so. Yeah, listen, it's shocking. Shocking. Logan says, yeah, I think he was on about to talk to his internet. Yeah, listen, it was shocking. Shocking. Really disappointed with Talk Talk. Think they've done me up a kipper now by making me sign a contract, and suddenly is not good. The Stoics said 46 million verbally offered. I reckon the magical 50 firm offer will get the deal done. I will, but maybe there's a bidding war coming up here between these two. Maybe there is a bidding war. Maybe it's a question of who wants him more, right? Do Villa want him more? Do Newcastle want him more? Both teams need him. And how well will he do that? Is this a player that is full of promise? It's got everything, right? But leaves Tottenham, goes somewhere else, and really smashes it. And we're like, ah, fuck, we shouldn't have sold him. It's one of them, right? It's one of them. We have to take the risk. We can't just stockpile every young player in case they might come good. So it is what it is. I'm more than happy for Bergvall to go. I don't see him getting many minutes here at Tottenham now. And if we are moving differently, then I'm fine with it. Listen, if Bergvall was going to be that good, touch wood, he would have done it already, surely. You know, his stats say that he's not. I saw a Villa fan on Twitter saying, "Why do we want Bergvall? Why do we want him? He's got like 3 assists and 1 goal in like 100 games." I'm exaggerating, but you get my point. He's not your stat king. He's not gonna get goals. He's not gonna get many assists. So listen, maybe he needs a team to settle in, a team to love him and be the main man, and maybe he thrives. But listen, it's not gonna be at Spurs by the looks of it, and I'm okay with it. Razzle says Nigel has been filming the new Tiger King documentary after looking after his sisters. Yeah, yeah, that cat is a beautiful thing. No, listen, it is a beautiful cat. It's old, but it's literally so loud. I've never known a cat like it. You know when dogs go in the back garden and bark and you get neighbours complain. You often get someone on Facebook, don't you? Oh, the dog down the road in the garden has been barking all day. Please, can you shut it up? That's what it's like with this cat. It go in the garden if it's not in and is in the garden. It won't move from the garden because it's 20, and it will just like meow for hours, and it's just like. um, But listen, it is a lovely, lovely cat. Gives good cuddle, so all good. Andrew's in saying, "Morning, Nudge. Hope you've had a good week. How's your sister's old pussy? It's surviving. It's surviving. Thanks. That's so wrong. Thank you, Andrew, for that. No, listen, I did my job. I kept it alive. That's what I was happy about. And we move on. And it was nice. You know what? It was nice because the brother-in-law has all the mod cons, all the like a big TV, all singing, all dancing. I was just sat there with my feet up, just watching movies and stuff. It was good. Decent. George says, I don't think we will buy forwards until some forwards leave the club. That's what I'm thinking. You could be right. Who's leaving? Who's leaving, George? Chow? Richarlison has to go, right? But he is digging his feet in as always. I don't want to go. I don't care, mate. You need to go. We have to get rid of him. We cannot let the last year of his contract run down. And if Richarlison is that adamant that I'm not leaving, then we're going to have to sell Solanke. We have to sell one of them, right? Because we cannot go into the season with these two as our strikers. It would be a disaster for me. It's again, it can happen, but we will see, guys. We will see. Ghosted is in. Big up, Nice. Big up, Ghosted. I hope you're well, mate. And Razzle says, I still have many on my list to sell. Yeah, me too, mate. Many on the list to sell. There's a whole host of players to sell. Let's look at the players we've got to sell, right? So Vicario's going to go, right? Whether that's on loan or permanent, he is going to leave. Romero is going to leave. Again, they're talking about a loan because a lot of people don't want to pay the money for him. I think it's crazy, but it is what it is. Maybe he leaves with an obligation somewhere. Um, that's just defensively. I don't think any other defenders leave. Maybe Spence. Maybe Spence leaves. I'm hearing Inter interested and Spence is keen on a move to Inter. How true that is, I don't know. Then you look in the midfield, obviously Bergvall looks like he's going. You've got Sarr, who's probably going to go as well. And Richarlison and maybe Tao. I mean, they are the ones probably the most likely to go, right? I don't see any others. But as I saw on Twitter yesterday, Madison, Tottenham saying if they get a good offer in, they would not, they would look at it. I don't think any player is safe at Spurs apart from maybe your Van der Vens. If they're willing to sell a Madison as well, unless they got someone coming in who's better. Got to be honest, that's the one player I wouldn't be happy if we sold. But the rest, don't really care. Don't really care. Steve's in. Big up, Steve. Says, good morning, Nige. Hope you're well. I'm good, Steve. I hope you are too. And David Clarkson, big up David, says, have you seen the World Cup stats on Argentina from an American podcaster? Um, Traveled the fewest miles, played the most night matches, on average fouls by them before booking. Yeah, listen, it doesn't surprise me. Doesn't surprise me. Always liked Argentina as a football nation because we've always had Argentinian players at Tottenham. Um, but I gotta say, I didn't like the way they were against England. And listen, we all love Romero, right? When he's at Tottenham and he gets in the faces of other players, and you love that. You love that aggression. But when he's doing it against your team and he's doing it in their face after scoring goals, I think it's a bit cowardly. I think he's a bit of an arse, if I'm honest. And I can't wait to see the back of Romero. I really can't. Just personal opinion. Can't wait to see the back of him. Get rid. It is what it is. But Yo-Yo's in. Big up Yo-Yo. Says, hello, hello. Hope you're doing well, my friend. I don't think the problem with Spurs is players, but the medical team right now. But apparently we've changed some of the medical team as well, haven't we? Again, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. But listen, it's gonna be interesting to see what we do. I think we need clean slates throughout the club, don't we? And we've started that, right? We have started that, but it's all about putting the team on the pitch now, Yo-Yo, isn't it? Because we've gone years with replacing or trying to better in other places, never put the team first. I will settle for a crappy medical team for the right players on the pitch, and hopefully we don't get many injuries. But guys, let me know. Medical team, are they a problem as well? What do you think? Cookie is in. Big up, Cookie. Says, morning, Nigel, all in the chat. I'm at the airport waiting for our flight. Big up to you, Cookie and Lisa. Much love to both of you. Safe trip home. And we are looking forward to having you back, guys. 100%. The Stoic is saying, I'll be chilling this afternoon watching Man United play my hometown Wrexham, Team Wrexham at 4 p.m. In a friendly. Okay. Forget, like, friendlies have started, haven't they? You know, World Cup's still on and friendlies have started. So I think Spurs, they don't start today, do they? I think it's next week, isn't it, for Tottenham? But I don't know. We will see. Some players have got to be coming back. Surely we're looking at Van der Ven, Van Hecker back in training next week. Isn't it nice though to see? Got to bring out this picture quickly. Isn't it nice to see like this new look midfield ready for next season? Look at that. That is a thing of beauty, isn't it? Madison, Fernandez, Tonali. Look at that trio. Woo, ooh, that surely, if we can get the striker in, get that left winger in, surely going to make us quite powerful next season. You would hope. You would hope if we can keep them all fit, but we will see. Guys, if you've just come in, please do me a favor. Please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button as well. Really would appreciate it. Chasing down 2K. Yeah, getting there. And once I get to 1.9, I am going to really push it, get to 2K. And as soon as I get to 2K, I am going to do a shirt giveaway. So let's get to 2K as soon as we possibly can. Thank you so much for all of your support. As always, you're all bloody magnificent. 100%. James in said, morning, Nigel, all in the chat. Good morning to you, Jane. I hope you're well. And what have you got planned for this weekend? Good things, I hope. Logan says, nice, mate. We won't have no youth left at this rate. It's crazy. Let's hope it all works out. Big up, Logan, again, mate. Big up, mate. I slightly disagree with this. Got to be honest. I haven't got a problem with selling the young players, because we are selling young players. Alfie Devine obviously went, and there's a few others, but these are players that have been on loan many times, and it just hasn't happened for them. So maybe we're going to have to suck it up and say, maybe they're not good enough. Maybe they're not good enough. And players like Bergwijn, we brought him in anyway from abroad. It's not like he come through the development. So I haven't got an issue. And players we're bringing in, listen, Fernandez just turned 22. He's just 22. Savio, what's he, 21 as well. We're bringing in young players too. So it's even though we're bringing in ready-made players, if Savio comes in, also a lot of them are young too. So it's not like we're totally chucking out the youngsters and go, right, all experience now. I think we are buying young players still, but we're also buying players that are proven and have done it year in, year out. So listen, we will see. Obviously, some people will be kicking back saying, well, Savino's not done it year in, year out. No, he hasn't. You're absolutely right. I've got no argument now. So we will see what happens with him. Coys is in. So morning, mate. Definitely Bergval. Sell to the Geordies. I think it's literally a question, a bit like West Ham with Fernandez. Sell to the highest bidder. Let's see how much money we can get for him. If we can get in the region of 55 million for him, I think that would be a fantastic deal for Spurs. I really do. Guys, nearly 70 in the house. Thank you so much for being in it. And thank you to the couple of people that's just subbed. I'm now 16 subs away from 1.9k. George says, my main concern is sticking with our manager for at least 2 seasons. I can't bear another sacking. You know what, George? I'm with you there, mate. I'm with you. We need to, looks like we are backing this manager. We need to be able to manage him, though, right? Because he is likely to go off the rails. I think as a club, what we've got to do is just a bit like walking on eggshells, when you've got a missus or a hubby, and they can be a bit grumpy sometimes. Some mornings you got to walk on eggshells a bit. I think we're gonna have to do that with De Zerbi. But listen, if he fails, he's got to go, right? And this is a question and something that was talked about on Steph show last night. It's like, if we go out and buy that left winger, if we go out and buy that attacker, where do we expect to finish? Because I don't expect any less than top six if we get those players in. Right? Anything less than top six is a failure for me. We cannot spend £400 million and be like, yeah, we finished 10th, but it's better than 17th. No, no, no. We need to be challenging, get a European place 100%. If we don't, for me, De Zerbi has failed. Now, if we finish seventh and we're point off sixth and it was unlucky, then fine. But if we finish eighth, ninth, 10th and we're like 7 or 8 points off, for me, that's a failure. And I'm not saying sack him, but for me, that's a failure. Guys, where do you expect to finish if we bring in the players we need to? What are you looking at? And listen, it is what you feel. If you feel 10th, say 10th. If you feel first, say first. Nobody's right and wrong here. It's all opinions. Shem's in. Big up, Shem. Says, morning, Nigel. Hope you're good today. We started this transfer window fast and then just stopped. And it's back to rumours, monitoring, thinking about. Not sure about Savio. Good in Spain, but really hasn't. I'm going to go to your next message. Really hasn't done anything in the Prem. Sounds like another Brian Hill. Could be right. We don't know, do we? Listen, I think for me, big up Shem to start with. You're right. Listen, we went big, didn't we, early couple of weeks? But I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. I think, it would be great to have everyone in now, but I think we do have to sell a few players. It'd be nice to get a few out the door. But I think we will get our attackers in. I'm confident. I actually think Savino will be decent. I don't think, listen, no one in that forward area that we've been linked with, I think to myself, whoo, I would love them. Absolutely love them. The one player I would love is a player that's totally unproven and may fall flat on his face, and that's a Gotts from Ajax. I would love him in. I think he's an exciting young winger, but again, he's young and he's only done it in Holland. So would he do it in the Premier League? I don't know, but he's one I'd be willing to take a risk on. As in the forwards, I think either go big or go home. Go out and get yourself a Harry Kane. Unlikely, I know. Go out and go for Osherman. Go for your big players. If you want them, you want to be successful, pay the money. Pay the money. And Spurs have proved already that we are willing to pay the money. So we will see what happens. Yeah, we will see what happens. Dingo says, Sonny Bracknell, mate. Okay, you're not in Australia. So, there you go. Big up to you, Dingo. Good to see you in there, mate. Dave Clark says, the ref in Cape Verde allowed Messi to take and score a free kick while the keeper was still setting up his wall. 5 they scored should have been disallowed because of McAllister foul. Yeah, listen, there's no doubt. There's no doubt they've got a lot going their way, and it wouldn't surprise me at all if Argentina won the World Cup. I have no interest in it now. I've got to be honest. I will not be watching tonight's game, England-France. No interest at all. Really still pretty angry with the way England played, the shit they served up in that last 40 minutes. And I've got no interest in the World Cup final, so I won't be watching any of it. I've got to be honest. I'll be watching something on YouTube, no doubt. I might even stick Love Island on. That's how desperate I am. But guys, oh God, just seen 25 drop off the old counter then. Guys, keep hitting that like, keep hitting that sub button. Really would appreciate it. Let's go down. Greedy Burke's in. Oh no, he's not. Greedy Burke? What am I talking about? Gregory Burke. Big up to you, Gregory. And I'm sure you're not greedy at all. Sorry, mate. So Shantam, Louis' second favourite after Rob. Absolutely. Big up to Lou as well. Big up to Lou. Um, Razzle Dazzle says sell Bergval and buy and Bay to fill the youth void that people are so worried about. I got to be honest, I haven't seen anything of Mbaye, so I know nothing about him. Nothing about him, Razzle. Tell us, what's he like? I know he's PSG, but I don't know anything about the guy at all. I really don't. Coy says, mate, my main concerns not signing forwards. What are your main concerns? Um, oh, okay, yeah. I think we will sign forwards. I think we will sign forwards. It's early in the morning and I'm still half asleep. Finn says the champagne midfield and lemonade forwards do not win you anything. If we need to overspend to get some in, to get some top forwards in, then so be it. Otherwise, what's the point in all this? 100% agree with you, Finn. You know what? A nice champagne will get you drunk, but if you stick a lemonade in it, you still get drunk, but it's going to take a lot longer. And I think this is the case with the Spurs attack, right? You can have the best midfield in the world, but if you've got an attack like that, yeah, we will score, but it's going to take us longer. So, listen, we need to really attack that striker market now and get it right. Get it right. Let's hope we do. The Stoic said yesterday Pep expressed his love for the UK and that he doesn't miss football just yet. Surely he has the answer. He is the answer for the next England manager. Would love to see him appointed in the near future. Possibly. Listen, I'd love Pep as England manager. I'd love Pep as Tottenham manager. But yeah, we will see. I don't know. I don't know. Would he come to England? Maybe. Maybe. We'll see. George says, not that it's a good reason to sell Bergvall, but at the World Cup, he did next to nothing. I agree. He was poor. Listen, he's a young player, right? And he's a decent young player. Sometimes he looks good. More often than not, his decision making is really poor as I get hiccups. So for me, I'm just at a point where I've seen these players play shit for 2 years and I don't really care for any of them. So if they want to leave, and if we sell them, I don't care. You know, back in the day when, I'm talking like, so I'm in my 50s now, talking when I was a young teenager, maybe early 20s even, in the bedroom, I'd have posters all over the wall of every player, even your likes of Dean Austin would get on that magical wall. Even your likes of Andy Sinton would get on that magical wall because I loved them all. Right now, nah, I wouldn't have any posters. Matters maybe. Other than that, I got no interest in any of them. If they left, so be it. Wayne's in. Big up, Wayne. Says, good morning, boss. It's Saturday, so I'll definitely keep an eye on the game tonight against France. If Jed Spence wants to leave, I'm not standing in his way. 100%. Big up to you, Wayne. I agree. If Spence wants to leave, I won't stand in his way. Everyone just going nuts on how brilliant Spence was in the World Cup. I thought he was okay. I thought he had a good cameo appearance in the quarterfinals against Norway, and I think he did decent against Argentina. A couple of good tackles, did well, but I don't think he was amazing. I thought he was okay. But listen, it is what it is. David Clark is still on the Argentina bandwagon. Get it, David. He said 9. Messi fouled Spence leading up to the winning goal. This for me is when Spence needed to go down. I agree with you, but this is for me where Spence needed to go down, roll around, and we would have got a free kick 100%. The fact that he didn't, they're not going to look at it. I blame Spence for that. Sorry, I just think he should have gone down. Every other player in every other country would have rolled around in agony with that. And Spence, listen, he's English, fair play. He stayed on his feet, but for me, go down, roll around, get your free kick. 10, easiest group stage for the World Cup winners in history of the World Cup. Never played. Yeah, listen, there is no doubt Argentina have had help. Right, they have, but it is what it is. I don't want to get shot, so I'm not going to say any more. Ghost is saying, be careful, David. The Messi fanboys will appear. They will. They absolutely will. Razzle saying, smash a like and sub if you're enjoying this content. Absolutely. And if you're not enjoying it, well, smash a like and sub anyway, because what else are you going to do on a Saturday morning while you're having your cornflakes or whatever you eat for breakfast? I quite fancy some Marmite on toast, actually, after this. So, yeah, let's go get some. Joe's in, saying, good morning, Nige. Vuskovic and Bergvall sales covers the Tonali fee. Great business. Absolutely, absolutely, mate. Listen, we've already sold 85 million pounds worth of players, right? Maybe a bit more now. Maybe a bit more now, but 85 million, if we sell a Bergwijn for, let's say, 55 million, that's 140 million pound back. That is literally Tonali and almost um Van Hecker as well. We've got like an 85, 90 million pound net spend. That is really good. And we can go out there and really attack those attackers, get them in, make us a force next season. George says, I see no point in selling Spence this season. At least give the guy a chance. He's earned that. Fair enough. Listen, for me, the only thing, if we did sell Spence, we would have to bring in a replacement. And then who do we bring in? Listen, I think it's all dependent on Spence, isn't it? Because he's not going to be your first choice, right? George, he's not going to be your first choice. You would think Porro is going to be your first choice right back, and you would think Robertson or Doggy are going to be your first choice left back. So does Spence want to play second fiddle only one game a week, or does he want to leave? I think this is what we got to weigh up. We will see what happens. Collins in, big up Collins says, Borodanaj, I think your England team overachieved. That squad was the worst I've seen in 30 years. I agree. I agree, Colin. We did overachieve. I just think for me, when we took the lead, when we went in front against Argentina, against an Argentinian side who were not at it for that first hour, they were more interested in getting into fights. For me, you put your foot on your throat. You don't then sit back and defend the edge of your box for the rest of the game. It was coming, right? We all knew it was coming. It was just a matter of when, and they were knocking on the door for a while. And as soon as they got one, they were always going to get a second. I just think it was a bit spineless from England. I think if you're going to go out, go out fighting, and for me, yeah, listen, it wasn't a great England side. There's no doubt about that. But I don't think any side in this World Cup has looked amazing. I really don't. I think whoever wins this World Cup are going to have almost limped their way to winning it. But listen, it is what it is. Big up to you, Colin. Andrew saying good morning to Cookie. Razzle saying Spurs friendly against MK Dons on Wednesday. Yeah, I knew it wasn't today, but yeah, Wednesday, our friendly start. Be interesting to see who plays in that game and whether it's going to be one for the kids or whether we're going to see some of the senior players in there. Be interesting to see. Matt's in. Big up, Matt. Says big up, nice. Big up to you, buddy. I hope you're well. How are you feeling about the transfer window? Are you happy with it? What strikers would you like to come in? I think it's exciting times for Spurs, right? We've had 2 seasons of really, really depressing football as far as Spurs are concerned. Hopefully, this is the start of a new Tottenham. But we will see, guys. As you come in, please do me a favor, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you are new. Let's try and get towards 1.9k today. I'm 16 subs away. So if you haven't subbed, just hit that little sub button. It is totally free. I will ask for nothing more from you. Never ask for money. Never ask for anything else. Those super chats and memberships are available. And to buy me a coffee as well. But listen, like and sub. It's all about that. I've waffled for far too long about that. David says, just a bit of information about Spurs player, ex-player Winks. He has left Leicester City and signed for Calgary in Serie A. Wow, I didn't know that. Thanks, David, for that. Wow, Winks has gone to Italy. I mean, that could be a really good move for Winksy, couldn't it? Because Italian games are a little slower. I think Winksy will get a little bit of time on the ball. I think I see that being a good move. Fair play to Harry Winks getting out of the country, and yeah, beautiful place to go as well, Italy. So fair play to him for that. The real deal says, "Good morning, Nige. I don't think Savio is done yet. From your title, it's saying this morning. To be honest, I despise ITK, and there's not been any credible journalist covering it for ages. I don't see him close. Listen, big up to the real deal. This content's got a content, mate. I've got to get people in. Is the deal close? From what I'm reading on Twitter, it seems that way, and that's all I can go on. So, you got to put a title in, and it is what it is. But thank you for coming in here, mate. I appreciate you. Listen, I think what people have got to do is when you put a thumbnail out, when you put a title, what you've got to do is you've got to entice people to click. Yeah, and people say it's clickbait. I don't think putting a thing of a picture of Savio on my breakfast show is clickbait. And but it is what it is. I think you've got to draw people in, right? And if you just put picture of me going like that, you're probably not going to get many people come in. So it is what it is. And hopefully once you come in, then you'll stay for a little bit. Hit that like and hit that subscribe. Lee's in, saying hello, everyone. Big up to you, Lee. I hope you're well, buddy. Guys, if you haven't, get over to Lee and subscribe to his channel, Lee Statham TV. Big up to you, mate. I hope you're doing well. And listen, Leeds, I think, will do decent. Made some good signings already this summer. Harry Wilson, I think, will absolutely smash it at Leeds this season. Really looking forward to seeing what Leeds can do. Andrew says, I heard Doris has signed a new contract. Yes, she's safe. She's safe, Andrew. Apparently, she makes an absolutely banging bacon sarnie. So she is safe for now. For now. Kate's in saying good morning, nice morning to you, Kate. I hope you're well. And Stephen's in as well. Said morning, nice. Good morning to you, Stephen. Good to see the regulars in. Really do appreciate it. Tom saying, big up to you, Tom. Says, agree, Nigel. We need Europe. Come on, you Spurs. Absolutely. 100%. If we're going to sign these players, we 100% need Europe. Razzle says, top four if we can sign the right front lineup. I wouldn't, I'm not in disagreement with you, Razzle, at all. I think if we make those right signings, you know, arguably we would have one of the strongest midfielders in the Premier League. People will argue that, of course, but we would have a strong midfield when everyone's fit. Defensively, we look good. Keeper, we can talk about because obviously the keeper is a big, big issue for many people. And I get it. I get it. I would love to have a ready-made, I would love to have a keeper in there that's been there, seen it, and done it, won the lot. It's really experienced and really top keeper. We haven't got that, but keeper could be an issue, but the forward line is definitely the main issue. We sort that. I think we should be looking at definitely top six and maybe breaking in to a Champions League place, but we will see. Lee says, everyone hit the like and hit the subscribe button. Absolutely. Keep, as Sean would say, keep drumming that thumb. Big up to all of you. Jane says, morning, our lovely Lee's. Lee, I hope you're well today. Absolutely. Echoes all of our thoughts there. Big up to Lee. Absolutely top man. Ghost has said, at the moment, I would say between the 6th and 10th, the forward line is still a massive worry, even with Savio. I don't know where the goals are coming from. It's hard to disagree with that, right? It is hard to disagree with that, Ghosted. Right now, the current squad, I would say between 6 and 10. We need to get those strikers in because Kudus will not get you 10 goals, probably. At the moment, Tao will not get you 10 goals. The strikers between them probably will only get 15. So listen, it is tough. We need to bring in attackers who are getting at least 15 GA, 15 to 20 GA. So we need a right winger and a left winger to hit you 30 GA between them, and we need two strikers who get 30 to 35 GA between them as well. So we've got a lot to do. Let's hope Spurs are on it and they do it. Tottenham's Lone Wolf was in. Big up Mia, saying big up, nice. Big up to Mia, guys. If you haven't, get over to Mia, Tottenham's Lone Wolf, and subscribe to her channel. Doing great stuff. I don't know if she's on today. She might be. I'm sure she will let you know in the chat. But get over there and sub to the channel. As she says, every Spurs channel, just sub to them because we all need help to grow. Claire's in. Saying morning, everyone. Cloudy here this morning. Feels cooler. Not sure about Savio. Rather Sarth and Palace. Sar's a really good shout, actually. I think is one that we've not been linked with, have we, at all? And it just feels like an obvious deal, right? Sar, he's playing at Palace, and as much as we want to, we can say what we want, right? Tottenham are a bigger club than Palace. And we'd get him. We'd get him. I don't know why we're not being linked with a Sar. But hey, it is what it is. It is what it is. Mia saying, you want to be somebody, you want to go somewhere, you've got to wake up and pay attention. This is what Spurs need to do. Absolutely. Absolutely. I agree. We need to pay attention. And listen, you want to go somewhere, we've got to wake up. So let's hope Spurs do. Let's hope Spurs do. I think, listen, we are moving in the right direction, right? We are doing the right things. We are making the right moves. We are selling players at the right time. As much as it's going to upset people, some people don't want Bergvall to go. Some people don't want Vuskovic to go. Some people don't want him to go. I know there's some people out there don't want Richarlison to go. But listen, these players have got to leave. If we want a new Spurs, If we want to be given a chance, if we want to get up and in amongst it, these players have to leave. And if that means a Madison going, as much as I hate it, then that means a Madison going. If that means a Van der Ven going, which I don't think is going to, by the way, then that's what it means. We will see what happens. And if that means Romero going, which it looks like he is, then I'm absolutely fine with it. We will see. George says, nice. Can I disagree? First season for a new squad, a new manager. We set targets like European place and De Zerbi fails. Is sacking him a good reason to do this? We finished 17th twice. Surely not. I'm not saying we sack him, George, if we don't finish sixth. I'm saying he would need answers. We need some answers. For me, De Zerbi's not a new manager, right? And it sounds stupid because he is, but he had a massive advantage that he come in 7 games towards the end of last season. So he's had 7 games to get to know his players. And whereas he wouldn't have been able to drum his tactical team play in so much, because it would have been a survival base, right? We need to survive. Forget about how I play at the moment. Let's just survive. He would have been able to see the players he wants. The players would have had time working with him. Is not a new manager coming in the summer. I think, listen, for me, I think that's just personal opinion. I think that's a bit of an excuse. No excuses for me this summer. We're going out and spending £400 million on players. I expect a response and I expect some comeback from that. I'm not saying we're going to win the league. I'm not saying we're going to get Champions League, but we definitely need to be in and around that top 6, challenging for it. And if we're not, if we're languishing mid-table, for me, that's a real disappointment. But listen, it's just my opinion, guys, and this is why nobody's right and nobody's wrong, because it's all just opinions. We don't know. We will see how the season plays out 100%. Rodney says top 6 for me. I'm with you. Ghost has said, I watched the final and I'll be supporting Spain, but I won't be watching England tonight. Took the flags down yesterday. Yeah, I definitely won't be watching England tonight. I've got no interest in them. I really do feel like they'd let me down the other night. Listen, I can tell you, I've watched England a lot, like most of you over the years. And there's times when we go out and you can hang your head up and you'd be like, you know what? Proud of the boys. I wasn't proud of that. I wasn't proud of it. I thought it was pathetic. But listen, that's just me. Benny Guy's in saying, hello, folks. Hello, Pure Coys. Hello, Benny Guy. How are you, mate? I hope you're well. Shem Tam says, hey, Lee, I hope you're good. I nearly sung that then. Don't know how. Don't know why. Don't know why that would happen. Stephen says, does anyone have any interest in tonight's match? And I include the players in this. Is nothing. It is a pointless game. You're right. I have no interest. I have no doubt that England will probably play a few players that haven't played. It's gonna be a pointless game. Who cares about third? You win it or you lose, right? No one's going to care about the losers tomorrow night. It's all going to be about the winners. This third game, third place playoff, the bronze game, as they call it, absolutely pointless, and no point in it at all. Benny Guy saying England being Spursy. We've seen this before so many times in the past. Nothing new. Not surprised at all. To tell you the truth, the FA took a gamble and they bottled it. High risk, devastating failure. 100% agree with every single word you say, Benny Guy. And for me, Tuchel has to go. Can't believe they're already saying he's going to stay for the Euros. It's basically admitting the fact we're not going to win the next one as well. Bring someone in who's going to play attacking football. Bring someone in who's going to be brave. We talk about this, don't we? The Lions, you see memes and you see like these brilliant AI videos now that they put out with England as Lions attacking, and like we don't do any of it. We don't do any of it. We curl up in a ball, we roll over, we have our bellies tickled. That's England. It is what it is. Same as what we do as a nation in general, and our football club and our football team. Sorry, basically did what the nation does. Lee says hi to George. Wembers is in. Send morning Nige. Full focus, shifting totally to Spurs. Though it will be fun to see Pedro going up against Romero tomorrow night. Yeah, listen, hopefully Spain win it. Hopefully Spain win it and Pedro comes back a World Cup winner, and we will have another World Cup winner in the Tottenham squad. Razzle saying, watch these players for 2 years finishing 17th twice, and suddenly we get an offer for them, and people start saying they have potential, and we are letting exactly. We have to move on from these players now. They have let us down too much. And listen, it's not all Bergwald's fault. Of course it isn't. But I have no interest in keeping any of these players. If they leave, they leave. I want to see a new look Tottenham next season. This is why I can't wait to see Fernandez and Tonali in the midfield for Spurs next season. It's totally fresh midfield, totally, and Madison for that matter, because he's not played for a year. So it's almost like three new signings in that midfield. And listen, I wouldn't be against another signing. Morgan Gibbs White being highly linked again with a move to Spurs, literally just because he's changed agents, right? Make that make sense. But apparently his agent is the same agency that Kudus uses, and everyone's putting two and two together, coming up with 750, and we are about to go for Morgan Gibbs White. Listen, I would love it. I would love it if we went for Morgan Gibbs White. Sadly, I don't see it happening. Irish Spurs fans in, big up to you, mate. Says selling Spence will be as costly as selling Carl Walker. Interesting, but Carl Walker was a first team regular. Spence hardly plays. Would he be a regular at Tottenham next summer, next season, Irish? This is what I'm asking you. If we sold Spence, is he a first team star? For me, he's not. Listen, again, if we keep Spence, fantastic. If we sold Spence, fine. And I'm like that with every player. So we will see. Listen, for me, Spence has got to sort that out. There's no doubt he's a top player, right? I think maybe he just gets ahead of himself a bit too much. He needs to keep his feet on the ground, really put it in. There's no doubt if he does that, he could be a top player. And for me, Spence is the kind of player that if we did sell him 18 months down the line, we'd be like, oh, God, he's a player, isn't he? But he's got to show it week in, week out for Spurs. And for me, right now, he doesn't. Um, George said Irish Spurs fan spot on, so he agrees with the Irish Spurs fan. Andrew said Paolo Maldini has become Italy's technical director and has spoken to Pep about becoming manager. Or fair play. Listen again, Italy, they should be in and around the World Cups every single time, shouldn't they? Not nice not seeing Italy there because they are part of the staple World Cup diet. Um, but interesting. Paolo Maldini, what a player he was. What a player. And those eyes. Oh, they could turn the straightest man, couldn't they? What a fantastic footballer. Razzle said, am I missing something with Spence? Done nothing major for us, but had a good World Cup and suddenly he's our best player. How many players we signed from a World Cup have been a dud? I agree. I agree. But listen, let's see how he does this summer. He might come back to Spurs, be reformed, and suddenly rip it up. My worry is I just don't see where he starts. I see him in the squad when we're playing 2, 3, 4 games a week, 2, 3, 4, a couple of games a week. But I don't know. I don't see him as our first choice. Listen, I wouldn't sell him because simply we haven't got another right back. We need two right backs, right? And he can cover both sides. But what I am saying is I just don't see where he starts for Tottenham next season. It'd be interesting to see what you guys feel. Where does he start? And does he start? Is he going to be back up to Porro? He's surely going to be back up to a Doggy and Robertson. Um, so interesting one. Evan says, "Good morning, Nige. Big up to all. Come on, Spain. Absolutely. Big up to you, mate. And 100% come on the Spanish. Um, absolutely smash the Argentines tomorrow. I want to see them all in tears. All of them. Stephen says 4 cups of tea and 2 ciggies. Breakfast of the Walking Dead. Fair play, mate. Fair play. I've currently got a cup of tea. I will be going for a coffee after this. Absolutely. Sit in my local coffee shop, watch the world go by, and yeah, it's my morning and I cannot wait. Cannot wait. Andrew's in. Sorry, Adam's in. My reading is terrible at times. I try to read before I'm actually reading, if that makes sense. Adam's in. Said, morning, mate. I think we will get 3 attackers. That would be fantastic. I am hearing, obviously, listen, I only read Twitter like everybody else. But I am reading that even if we get Savio in, we still are going to go for 2 more. So we will see. We will see what happens there. Um, Lee says, everyone hit the like and hit the subscribe button. Absolutely. 100 of you in here. Let's hit that like, hit that subscribe. I am inching my way to 1.9k. Thank you to people. The 4 that subbed this morning, really do appreciate it. Any others who haven't subbed, please hit that sub button. It is so important. George says it's all about building a squad for me. So keeping players like Spence is part of that without having to go into the transfer market. That's fair. And that's the concern, right? Is that if we did sell Spence, we have to bring someone in of equal or better quality. And that is going to cost a fair bit. And who is out there? Who is out there that can cover right and left back? Um, I don't know. It's a tough one. It's a tough one. Um, I've not really got an opinion on Spence strong enough. You know, if we sell him, fine. Like I say, if we keep him, fine. It is what it is. Steven says, Nigel, I gave up on England after our so-called golden generations, Bex, Owen, etc. no longer count. I agree, mate. How we didn't win anything in those days, I do not know. What a fantastic England side we had. And it just, for whatever reason, never happened, did it? It never happened. Um, I don't know. I don't know. I don't think England are really ever going to win anything in my lifetime. Sadly, hopefully in some of your guys' lifetime it will, but I don't think it will. In mine, Rob New Spurs United says, "Hey Shem Tan, big up to you, Rob." And Pete's in. Said morning, Nigel, and big up the chat. Dozed off again. Hope everyone is good, guys. Everybody, wish Pete Chambers a very happy birthday. Have a great day, mate. And yeah, listen, a day with the mooch and the dog sounds absolutely perfect. Um, have a good one, buddy. Have a good one. Much love to you. Razzle says, George, where was Spence with the squad last season when he was refusing to shake hands with Frank and being the best player on the pitch when things were tough? Again, yeah, listen, I think both of you have got really valid points. I think for me, another reason why Spence could be let go is because of that bad egg. Whether he is or not, whether he isn't, he is perceived as one, and maybe this is why De Zerbi is looking elsewhere. We will see. I don't know. Golden Sun's in. Big up, Golden. Just simply saying, come on, you Spurs. As always, big up to you, Golden. I hope you're well. Magic Tree is in as well. Magic Tree says, morning, mate. England are the top four team, and we achieved that. But throughout the competition, we looked disjointed. We did. Listen, we scraped our way to the semis, didn't we, really? But you could say that about any of them. You could say that about Argentina. You know, you could say that maybe about Spain. Spain were not brilliant. You know, the French had a few iffy games. But listen, the cream rises to the top. I just think with England, when your top two are not doing it, your Bellinghams and your Kanes, if one of them's off, you've still got a chance because the other one may be brilliant. When they're both not quite at it, I think that's when England fell. And I don't think either of them were quite at it in the semi-final. Kane was not good in the quarter-final either. But listen, it is what it is. We get to where we get to, don't we? As usual, semi-final or final. We don't quite get over the line. Let's see what we do in the Euros. I think that may be Kane's last tournament. So we will see it. And this is the worry for me, right? We have nobody coming up behind Kane as a striker. Nobody. You know, there's no Rooney, there's no Owen coming through. There's not that young striker that's bursting through and like everyone's like, oh, watch this kid. There's nobody. That is a real concern for me. But it is what it is. Wember says, will Harry be able to commute daily from London, though? Um, well, that's the point. I'm sure he will move to Calgary, won't he? I'm sure he'll move there. You would think. You would think. Vindaloo's in. Big up Vindaloo. And morning, Nige. It'd be great to see one day you challenging Arsenal for the title. On a coincidence, yeah. Yeah. Listen, we will see, Vindaloo. I think you had your time. Yeah, you had your time last season. I think Arsenal will be back to Arsenal this coming season. And being, the underachievers and not quite getting over the line. We'll see. Listen, there's no doubt, as much as banter, there's no doubt Spurs are way off Arsenal. Are way off Arsenal. We're not anywhere near you at the moment. Let's see what happens over the next couple of years, though. And then we can talk again. Shem says, hey to Rob. Let's just go through the chat. I will be going for another couple of minutes. Binny Guy says, Vindaloo, big up, bro. George saying, Razzle saying, we all know he has an attitude, but I'm looking at what he does on the pitch. I agree. He's another player that splits the fan base. He is absolutely one of those that splits the fan base. At times he can be brilliant, right? And you're watching him, and you're like, oh, there's a real player. That other times you're just like, I don't know. I don't know. Vindaloo says, morning all. Don't forget, we all support Spain on Sunday. I think that goes without saying, mate. Goes without saying. Benny Guy saying English players so overrated. I think it's what we do. It's what we do as English people, right? We always overrate our players. We're quick to build them up and then even quicker to knock them down. It's part of our nature, I think. Benny Guy saying, hate to say it, but got to tell it as it is. Listen, you're not wrong. You're not wrong at all. Mark Robinson's in. Big up to you, Mark. Says our the midfield we have is frightening to opposition teams. Just need a top striker. I agree. I really think this could be. I'm looking at our midfields. I'm looking at the Poch midfield of and Dembele and Wanyama and Ericsson and I'm like, okay, that was probably the best midfield Tottenham have ever had in my lifetime, in my opinion. You know, going back to the Hoddles, obviously different, but certainly since the 2000s, the best midfield we've ever had. I think the Fernandes, Tonali, Madison midfield might run that Poch midfield very close. I really do. I think we are looking strong in that midfield. But again, we need those strikers. We need those strikers and wingers. Benny Guy says no creativity, no mojo, no nothing. Talking about England, absolutely. And he says playing like mindless robots. I think the manager has a lot to do with that as well. But listen, we didn't take creative players, did we? So it's never going to happen. Never going to happen. It is what it is. Let's go through the chat. Magic Tree says, done a bit of research on fourth. Historically, we require at least 20 wins and no more than 9 defeats. Well, let's see. Let's see. What about sixth? I think, listen, we need to be finishing around that top six if we bring in the strikers that we need. But listen, it's going to be interesting to see what happens, right? Because currently, as much as we've done really good in the window, we're still not breaking into that top four, maybe even that top six. We need the attacking flair there as well. Benny Guy says sooner or later, so many will start hyping up Savio as world class when he hasn't shown jack shit for over. Yeah, listen, yeah, we haven't got him yet. So at the moment, he's not. At the moment, he's rubbish, right? But if we sign him, listen, let's see what he does first before we start hyping him or not. It is what it is. Benny Guy saying so frustrating to see the same old. Nothing will ever change, and I don't think it will. I don't think it will, mate. Whoever we bring in will be the next homecoming of Christ. It is what it is. Ghost is saying this team also needs time to gel. Liverpool spent 500 million and went from first to fifth. Fans are doing it too much, talking about title races. Absolutely, we are not in a title race at all. It would be nice to be up there challenging for Europe again. That's where I am with it. You know, if if we spend north of 300-400 million pounds, I expect us to be challenging for Europe, 100%. And if we fail miserably, then it's a failure. Um, for me, yeah, players do need time to gel, but I think the fact that we are buying premier proven players means they shouldn't need as long, right? Hopefully preseason will give them time to gel. Because they all know each other, they've all played in and around the same teams against each other. They should know pretty quickly, you know. I know footballers are thought to be dumb, but you would think they're intelligent enough to be able to play football together. But let's see, let's see. And the fact that, like I say, De Zerbi's already been there for 7 weeks before the end of last season, they will have some sort of idea of his ways and how he wants to play. So let's see what happens going forward. Ghost Jimmy's in, saying big up Nige and the chat. Good morning. Big up to you, Jimmy. I hope you're well. Sorry, I saw Ghost's message above. I started reading that. Mark says, I can see Lancashire getting minutes this season. I think he will turn into a top striker. Interesting about Lancashire because I got to be honest, I like him. I like him. Everything I've seen about him when he played for Spurs as a youngster and out on loan at Oxford, I think he looks decent. He's a big unit. He's powerful. He's strong. He's got a good shot on him. Um, he's good in the air. I think he's going to be a good striker. Whether he's Premier League class or whether he's just going to be a really good Championship striker, I'm not sure yet, but I think you could be right, Mark. I think he's either going to get a loan out to a Championship side and absolutely smash it and have a really good season, then come back to Spurs, or he will get minutes for Tottenham. Don't know which yet. I don't know which. I think he will probably go out on loan, but we will see. And then we have this Magic Tree saying Elijah Upson turns down new Spurs contract and signs for the Woolwich. Yeah, I've seen that. I've seen that. Good luck to him. Listen, he's a young player. It is what it is. Pete Chambers saying, this is my 10th World Cup. I'm done with them. I think it's my 10th or 11th as well, mate. And yeah, It's just the same, mate, innit? Every World Cup, build it up, you got hope, and you get let down. Um, it is what it is. Vindaloo said, "Nigel, you made massive improvements to the squad. I have every faith you have a better season. I can see great things finishing 16th, possibly." Yeah, listen, I think you're right. I think we will have a better season. We can't fail to not have a better season, right? I think we can all agree if Spurs finish 17th again, the manager will probably get sacked. Ghost has said, "I'm with you on that, Nige. Why are we playing defensive football in 2026? We are the best league in the world." Absolutely. We absolutely agree. And our strength is going forward, right? Yet we sat back and defended and we trusted Dan Burn to get us through to the World Cup final. Say no more. Whether we're talking about England or Tottenham, it's the same thing, right? It's the same thing. Joe says, "Just subscribed. Join my people. Join me, people." Thank you, mate. Much appreciated. And thank you to everyone that's subscribed today. I really do appreciate it. 14 away from 1.9. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. And if you haven't liked, keep hitting that like button. It is so important. Guys, I am going to leave it now. I've run over a couple of minutes. How naughty of me. Let's just read Jimmy's out. Jimmy said, "I personally don't want Savio. Cannot understand how we are looking at him before Roberto Zerbi arrived. And this feels like a bit of a club signing, right? It does. But for me, the only thing I would say is that I don't think every signing has to be a De Zerbi signing, just in case De Zerbi doesn't work. I think we do have to make a few club signings, but it does feel like a club signing 100% if we get him." Colin says, "2 touches in the 18 second half minutes, and they were back passes. Says it all about England. Give Tuchel a 10-year contract." I say it does say everything you need to know about England, doesn't it? So defensive. Claire says, "Tuchel is a coward. Should have taken Morgan Gibbs White, not Henderson. Weird decision." Absolutely. There's quite a few players we should have taken. A Foden and so many, but we didn't. We didn't. It is what it is. Guys, I am going to leave it now. My coffee is a calling. Thank you so much for everyone that's joined. Really do appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you so much. If you haven't, hit the like button on your way out. Hit the subscribe button as well. Have a fantastic, fantastic Saturday and a great weekend. I might be on tomorrow, but I know the two marks are back. They will be hitting it hard. Big up to Stuart, who I've just seen him. Big up to you, mate. He said, "Every time England play, a big country bottle." Yeah, absolutely, 100%. Derek's in as well. Just saying hello to the people that I haven't seen in there before. So, presenter, thanks. I need you. Even people reject you. Absolutely. Yeah. Listen, it is what it is. Let's see. Let's see what happens going forward with Spurs. Aussie Ange is in as well. Big up to Aussie Ange. And Lee Cooper, Ian Cooper, sorry, is in. Big up to you, Ian. I hope you are well, mate. I've got to stop reading before I actually look at the message. Big up to each and every single one of you. Much love. Have a fantastic day. Yeah, have a fantastic day. And I will see you on the next stream. Pete, have a great birthday, mate. Much love to each and every one of you. And as always, come on, you Spurs.